What is good, y'all? What is good? I'm not whispering, but I am talking low. So I don't know if you can hear me really well. I'm going to be taking some sips. So I don't mean to drink into your ear, but I'm going to stay a little hydrated through this little short but much needed and necessary live stream. Okay? I'm just going to say this here. Okay? The power of life and death is in the tongue. Okay? That is something that, as a spiritualist, an occultist, someone who considers themselves gifted or magical, those are something, that's a principle that is really important to understand. The power of life and death is in the tongue. So the obvious translation, the obvious translation is that depending on what one says, it can have effects on other people, whether those people experience life or death in whatever capacity. But it also speaks about the power of life and death being in the tongue, about what you intend for someone else reaching you. And so this is where I'm going to say that victim mentality is a very dangerous and weird place to be in. And when someone is constantly, I'm talking about impulsively, compulsively putting themselves in harm's way, eventually society starts to become numb to the plight of persons that that individual represents, especially considering the fact that it's Chicken Little and he's screaming the sky is falling, or the boy that cried wolf. You going, that's like going to a hornet's nest knowing full well that you are allergic to hornet stings, or going to a bee's nest knowing full well that you have a severe allergy to bees. And yet and still, you go to that nest and you shake it up. And you get your ass towed up or stung up, cat raggedy. And now you want to tell people how dangerous these Africanized bees are, or these Asian hornets are. When the truth be told is that had you just left them alone, because what they were doing is they were responding to a threat that they perceived to be on their colony, on their livelihood, on their life. And from where they're from, you eliminate the threat completely. Once it has demonstrated a level of boldness in treading upon you, you eliminate the threat. There's even, speaking of that, bees or wasps or hornets, there are drones that will even try to push you, maybe fly and tap you up against the head as you're moving close to their nest, to warn you that, hey, at a certain point, we're going to fuck you up, but you're getting dangerously close to our nest, and we're going to protect us at all costs. Everything about us, our name, our reputation, our business, everything. See, this is my thing here. A lot of people, they never had no real, they don't have a life. They're very sheltered. They don't normally draw attention. They don't know what to do with what they perceive to be a form of power. And they're very cowardly. Okay? Very disturbed. And they knowingly and unknowingly display these inadequacies in their self, whether, again, a lot of times it's unknowingly, by admitting to things that they perceive that no one would ever look into as to understand the threat that they're dealing with. When you offend someone, when you say, I'm going to do something to you, you don't get to choose how that person reacts to you. When you say that you are a part of a gang, when you say that you are associated with a group of people, and those group of people come onto the internet and they say, especially in spiritualism, as a spiritualist, as an occultist, and they say that we specialize as a group in destiny swapping, and you have been on record aligning with that individual, you don't get to. It's cool in the game when you believe that that group has your back. And you can say and do whatever you want to do. You can go and say, well, you're going to come up off of this. You're going to move out the way. You're going to get off the pot. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. But now you want to run for cover. When you find out that behind all of that sweetness, all of that niceness, all of that calm humility is a monster. You want to go and shake up the hornet's nest. And now you're finding out, oh, there's a lot more of them than I thought. This, whatever spiritually I done got myself into, the thoughts of what's going on with them consume me. That person wasn't doing shit to you. They were minding their business. They were off minding their business for months. And because you don't have anything to do, you're bored with your life, you're disappointed in your life, you're disgusted with yourself, you wanted some action. Well, bitch, get busy. Okay? That's just that. I'm not going to keep explaining myself. When you take something offline and you go as far as involve yourself with my business or my money, and you verify that you are a part of a group of individuals that make it their point to be involved, get down or shut the fuck up. It's simple. But as long as you run in your mouth, you keep reinforcing that you want that smoke. You keep reinforcing it. Dreams don't work like that, boo-boo. Dreams are indicative of what's going on inside of you. 12th house placements will undo you. So Gemini rules communication. So when you speak of your mouth, you're speaking a certain way. And you're running off at your mouth. That is a source that undoes you. It will undo you when you operate out of ignorance from the 12th house. But I don't expect anyone to understand that if they are a Chat GPT spiritualist, a Chat GPT occultist, a Chat GPT astrologer. You treating AI like it has a soul. Or maybe you feel kinship because you don't have a soul, just like it doesn't. Okay? But either way it goes, you got to get the fuck up out of here. Okay? We done been here. We done been warned several times. And I told you, I said, I'm going to show you something. And you got your Billy Badass out here. And now you don't know what to do. Six of Swords and Six of Wands in reverse. The Fool and the Hierophant in reverse. In reverse now. You wanted to dance on the train tracks. You seen a moving train coming. You said you a superhero. You can't complain if you get separated by those trains. By the train going over the tracks. It's simple. It's simple. This is a person, what I'm speaking about, who wants to belong, wants to be down so bad. They think they bad. And they just found out there's some shit out there that's much badder than you. Not only that, you stupid enough to underestimate people because of what you think you got. And you found out ain't nobody got you. And that you never had it. That's why you was checking for me. You thought people like me were a good target for you. Listening at them niggas. And now look at you. It's 4 o'clock wherever the fuck you are. What you up for? Can't sleep at night. What the fuck you up listening to me? The old bored bitch. Right? What you up with that? What you doing? Exactly. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. But you know what? After this, you gonna learn a good lesson. You ain't learned yet. Clearly. So you gonna fuck around, you gotta find out. And this is not a threat, it's been a promise. As a matter of fact, you can't talk to people any kind of way. You got a reckless ass fucking mouth. And so since you said what you said, keep it on the level, bitch. If you're a victim of anything, it'll be of your own self. Okay? And since you like to play like this, you're gonna make sure that you get to actually be who you say you are. You get your ass handed to you while you're being all that you can be. You could have minded your business. You could have went on. You didn't have to call my job. You didn't have to fake and come to me with anonymous accounts and then turn around and say the things that I'm saying point by point, and then go and associate yourself with someone who was bold, who felt bold enough to say, yeah, we are destiny swapping. You aligned with this. Oh yeah, I'm aligned with that. Okay, you aligned with that, then you get what that comes with. See, the difference is that that person at least understands the occult. They understand some magic. They ain't gotta fuck with you. This bitch went as far as to even go and look up the movie Frankenstein because you thought that was cute. All right, game on. As far as I'm concerned, you're not a victim of me. If anything, you're a victim of yourself, and you're just going to experience the inevitable. You don't get to pick and choose. Again, when you offend someone, when you step out your body and speak to someone who wasn't bothering you, for all intents and purposes, shit was on a level, and you position yourself as someone who wants to get in front of that person, then you can't complain that somebody was stalking you when you merely just got ran over by something you stood in front of. Listen, a lot of y'all operating so heavy in ego because you have such low self-esteem that you really have put yourself in in fucked up situations. And what's so crazy is that you're so impoverished that you can't recognize when a nigga is lying to you about the type of money that they're dealing in. You don't have the experience with wealth to know when you're being lied to. And you want to play with someone who is a business. I am a businessman, not a businessman. I am a business. You want to play with people's money. You want to play with people's reputation. If I were to sit here and not monkey stomp you out, what does that say about how I care for myself? You said you was down with the cause. You said you was here for the destiny swapping. You said you was here with a motherfucker who keep fucking with people. So I'm gonna assume that you are an aid to my enemy, a consistent and a constant aid. Then bitch, I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. This is not some, oh, I'm innocent. Somebody wants what I got. They are jealous of me. Whoop-de whoop-de woo. Let's be very clear. A person could see you every day of the week, and in who you are as a person would still get lost in the crowd. Why would I want to be someone who strikes everyone as insignificant? When I can be extraordinary. Isn't that why you're here? Isn't that why you're here? And why you in this bit of trouble now? As long as you associate and as long as you make yourself a figure, as long as I can pick you up spiritually, I'm gonna beat the motherfucking brakes off you, bitch. Ain't no sense in you posting all them goddamn videos. I said what I said. I wasn't fucking with you. There wasn't no static, there wasn't anything. Until recently, over the last month to 2 months, you already got your ass beat. Had to get relocated, and you thought that this was your time to shine and you was finna go and make some shit even. How you gonna make some shit even when you are the aggressor? How you gonna have a big ass bark with no teeth? Are you stupid? Bitch, are you dumb? When have I not kept a promise? Are you dumb? Not only that, don't be associating me with your dream time hoe, because you don't want to invite me in, because I am a Neptunian. If you really want to speed this shit up, I can jump up and through your dream. Okay? Since I am in your 12th house. We can play. I'm not no motherfucking Bellatrix. Bitch, you don't know me, but you damn sure owe me. And I'm gonna get what I came here to collect. So, as far as I'm concerned, every time you run that mouth, you are recommitting to this ass whooping, and I'm going to provide it. You done paid it, I'm gonna give you what you paid for. You could have just went on and managed your business, but you have an obsession. You have an addiction. You're an addictive personality. Addicted to gambling, addicted, impulsive. You've self-admitted to personality disorders, extremely violent and compulsive, and you've even admitted to having a very dark side to you. I can't let you rock, bitch. I'm too... Listen. Listen. People get crazier with time. I'm not gonna let you rock. So just like I'm gonna treat you as if you the people who you associate with. I hope it was worth it, bitch. I hope it was worth it. Okay? And what's so cold about it is that I'm going through spiritual justice. That way my hands are clean. I don't ever go over the line. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. I really do. Okay? But yeah, I won't be letting up off of you. Or any of y'all. Any of the crew. Anytime soon. It's like I said, less talking and more knuckling up. Okay? I'm going to make it to where you get so far away from me that if you see one of my videos suggested, you block it immediately. When I'm done with you, you ain't going to want to have anything to do with Nala-Ife, Nala the Neptunian. Bitch, you won't even want to say the word Neptunian. HRH Queen Regent Isis. When you see the name Queen Isis, you might even shiver a little bit. When you see Sekhmet, you might feel or fall real ill in your stomach. About time I'm done. Because I've been done. We're done playing. Let's see what we got in the card reading. I'm not no nigga from Canada claiming to be no goddamn Lucifer that has had known mental health issues prior to making a couple of videos on the internet. Got me fucked up. Yeah. It's up. And you feel ways. You wide awake. You motherfucking ass in New Jersey wide awake at 4 o'clock at night. 4 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. Putting out videos every single day getting your ass whooped when you don't even clear $50 a month from YouTube. You don't even make any money off your videos, which is why you're not seeing no financial prosperity or motion. The fuck? How you gonna go and sign up to get your ass whooped spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, and you're not even making profit off of the videos that you talking shit in? At least with the other motherfuckers, they got a following, a real one, a real one. You asking questions and answering yourself in your own comment section from different bot accounts. The question was, bitch, why are you up? I bet you don't even have an answer for that. Why are you up? Again, you're not pushing numbers. You don't have an actual psychic business. You're not earning any income. Why are you up? That part. As soon as you can answer that question, as soon as you can understand I'm not fit to be fucked with. Yeah. So, we're going to keep moving. Like I said, you associated yourself with the wrong people. And not one of them niggas is going to be here to take a file for you at all. Not one of them. Damn fool. So now let's look at the nigga. Let's see how this person feel about you. Since I have your attention. I don't care what the view count says. Which we are well past that. How these motherfuckers feeling about you? Seven of Swords. That's crazy. That's crazy. I kid you not. Seven of Swords. On my life. On the life of my unborn child. That's crazy. And I got some cards that flew out. All my days, I ain't never seen no stupid shit like this. Seven of Swords behind the Ace of Cups and the Sun. So, was this a promise of stardom? In the Seven of Pentacles, they feeling like, okay, you're weak. The Seven of Pentacles is showing up as a golden apple. And I interpret that as being the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So maybe they looked into you and they're really seeing that you're not what you said you were. The Devil with the Three of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Tell me about that Knight of Swords. What did they have her go out and do? It sent you out. You're a do-gooder. I've been saying it. A lot of the psychics have been saying it. You don't know who the fuck I'm connected to in tarot land. You don't know what we're connected to. You have no clue. I'm the psychic. That's why when y'all creep and you're looking at me, and when I'm not here and you're checking for me while I'm at work, that's why I'm always busy. Check that. That's why I'm able to go and be offline for several days at a time, because I'm always booked. Clock that. I don't have time to be putting out a bunch of videos to not get paid for them. That's crazy. And not only that, I absolutely plan on getting paid for my videos. Let's see, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords by Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Page of Swords. So you were promised a level of visibility. That's crazy. People sell their soul for little to nothing. You got the Page of Cups, but this particular Page of Cups is called Pandora. Okay? And so Pandora's box has been opened with the Three of Swords. The Magician, and somebody's running off with the World. And the Six of Cups. So the Magician, somebody was talking real slick, but once they got what they needed, they ran off on your ass. And they ran off on this theory of some sort of relationship. I can see being a fool for love, like for actual, like you meet somebody in person, you spend time with that person, you actually, not in your mind, in your head, but sometimes you actually get with that person, and they feel crazy about you just like you feel about them. But to do all of this shit based on a fantasy, that's not grounded. A person like this needs to be taken out their misery. You need to, what you on earth doing? What you on earth doing? Not a motherfucking thing. Six of Pentacles, the Empress, the Lovers, okay? The Six of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Tell me what's going on with the Eight of Cups. What does the Eight of Cups stand for as it relates to what they feel about this individual? Why are they running off? Ace of Wands, Five of Cups. Eight of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords. And the Moon card. Judgment with the Five of Wands. Ace of Swords with the Devil card. So it's clear. This is something, man, listen. And then I have two Oracle cards. And the Oracle card that you're getting is Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi. You're getting the one who's frustrated, who is trying to reach for stardom. But none of her intuition led her anywhere, because it wasn't intuition. It was foolish ambition. So these men knew and are well aware that they playing with you. Well aware. That's crazy. Y'all, I was just talking about survival instinct and how some people, they think they're so bad and they have zero, and I mean zero survival instinct. And when you can't pick up when somebody don't really fuck with you, like for real, not they jealous and they get a little bit intimidated, and they're jealous because they believe that if you get to a certain place, you won't fuck with them no more. They're possessive. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about jealousy. I'm not talking about jealous because they want to be you. There are men who are like that, but then there are men who are just jealous and they're possessive, and that brings out their demons. But I'm talking about when someone literally is lying to you. That's embarrassing for you to claim to be a reader and you can't discern over and over again. I don't care about you continuing to not acknowledge it, the obvious. I don't care nothing about that shit, bitch. You were so shook last night that you wanted to tell a person you was gonna break their jaw. You wanted to send that message to me, bitch. I ain't scared of you. I'm not scared of you. You don't rather shake your ass and cash. So let's see what else. Let's see what's gonna come over the next for the rest of the 2025 as it relates to you. One more more shuffle. You have here the Nine of Pentacles, but this particular Nine of Pentacles is from the Shuffle Tarot. It's like the Nine of Swords. So there is some money issues because of a childish way in which you jumped out thinking that you had some sort of information, when the truth be told is that you was relying on ChatGPT. That's crazy. That is crazy as hell. Five of Wands, Five of Swords. So not only that, the other fights that you done picked with other people, like your homegirls, any female that you thought was your friend that you done had a falling out with, baby, they laughing at you like the dog you are. They are walking you like a dog. Especially if you was stupid enough to give them my channel. There's an ending to this connection with this so-called King of Swords, King of Pentacles with the Death card, and you got the Death card here, and you got the Death card with the Wheel of Fortune. So there's more misfortune, disfortune. Wow, what's disfortune? More misfortune, especially in terms of money, because you have the Seven of Pentacles, but this Seven of Pentacles is like the Seven of Swords. So there's more issues with money. Okay. What about the future, social media future? Show me that. And be careful who you typecast people as. You typecast me as a as a villain? Alright then. Let me give you that. Four of Cups. Page of Wands, so you're going to be trying to change what you do online because you're not getting the recognition, the respect. You might even, let's see what this is. You're going to be running from spiritual man to spiritual male leader, but you got the Two of Swords, but this Two of Swords is, it looks like the Two of Wands, and the person is blindfolded, like the Two of Swords, the person's blindfolded, but they are holding one sword and they're cutting their hand, and there's blood dripping on the ground. So the choices that they're making is cutting their hands. There is the men who you keep running to are going to abandon ship. There is going to be a call of justice. This Empress Death card energy is going to remove you from your throne. Okay? There's death energy and there's the Ten of Pentacles. There's going to be a financial emergency between you and your family come February. This is going to affect housing. I told you not to fucking play with me. This I don't even like the shit, to be honest with you. This is going to affect housing. I don't know if this is a job loss or what this is, but I sure hate to see it. Because I'm not a low down ass person. I don't really like this shit, but I don't play. Once that wax is sealed, it's sealed. This is affecting the household. It's financial loss. Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, like the Seven of Swords. The Three of Wands, but this Three of Wands is like the Three of Cups, but they're waiting for their ships to come in, but they're in the middle of the desert. So they're waiting for ships to come in, but they're in the middle of the desert. There's no ocean in sight. So you're waiting for something that doesn't exist. And due to some lazy conjure, we have the Sun reversed. So it does affect the home. Does this mean that they're going to have to move? This can mean electrical. I would suggest you find you a spiritualist. If you really got that money, I suggest you find somebody to reverse this. I ain't gonna even hold you. No cap. I'm not gonna even cap with you. You might need to beg one of them niggas. For real, for real. You got the Lovers, but in this particular Lovers deck, the devil is the angel presiding over these lovers. You done ran your mouth to me about me and other people, and you got people that are returning that shit to you. And that is what it's your mouth. It's your actions behind you trying to boss up for false male spiritual leadership. That's crazy. This bitch finna go through being displaced again, or bringing something to your family again. That's yeah, and I got confirmation. It's Aquarius season. It's gonna start in Capricorn season. There could be fights with the people in the home, but then there's home being displaced from Capricorn season going into Aquarius season. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something that I see, and it sucks. Because again, people try to act like they really got people who have their back. If your mother was on your ass about reading tarot cards and telling you that you shouldn't be doing those cards, they really not gonna be supporting you now. So like I said, you might want to get with somebody to change this trajectory and learn to shut your goddamn mouth. The Ten of Swords, here it is again. That's crazy. That is crazy. The Five of Pentacles. Literally out in the cold. Literally, it's snowing. So this shit is going to start happening in December or January. I told you to stop playing. I told you to keep my name out your mouth. I told you that. I told you that, bitch. I told you I don't even feel sorry for you. That's it. I done seen what I need to see. Okay? That's why your ass put that video out, because you can feel it. You know what that feeling is. You know what spiritually why you are so uneasy. And maybe this is just a lesson you need to learn. If the people you running with are experiencing a fall from grace on social media and a loss of income and a loss of critical relationships, what did you think was going to happen to you? Who did you think you were? Who the fuck do you think you are? If you can't help yourself, how the fuck you going to help somebody else?